this right here now. We got we have a High Point father who is devastated after his baby dies. His baby had done died inside of a fire. So we have another fire. A 18-month-old, no. A 18-year-old mother is in the hospital, but the baby done died. Father's devastated. Here we go.
I was just devastated, and it's very hard for me because that was my first daughter.
A heartbroken dad speaking about the loss of his 17-month-old daughter. She died in a duplex fire over the weekend in High Point. Her father was released from the hospital today.
But he's still there at the hospital this evening at the bedside of his girlfriend, who is not breathing on her own yet. Fox 8's Sarah Winkleman spoke to the family today. Sarah, this is a young family just starting out in their first home.
Yeah, that's
their first home. They call it a townhouse. That's what they called it.
Exactly right. Ariana was about a year and a half. Her dad, 22 years old. And
22, 18. That's some good age, as y'all will say out here in these streets. They love family.
Her mom, just 18. Now, after the fire...
I don't know why she say just 18 as if she a minor or something. Maybe it's an adult. What y'all got to stop, but go ahead.
And her mom, just 18. Now, after the fire, they were left with no home, no clothes, and no idea what the future holds. All they have are the precious memories to cling to of their daughter.
Yeah, she really changed my life and changed my life around when I first laid my eyes on her.
17 months. He spent every day of that time in awe of his little girl.
And she was always a happy baby, and she could bring smiles to anybody.
Ariana was Musa and Amaya's first and only child.
I love my grandbaby.
And the only grandchild for Christina Brown.
I have no more grandbaby to love on no more. It's not going to be the same without her. I have to pick a casket for my grandbaby today.
Christina hasn't slept since Sunday.
Because I have to come up with some money to bury her. And
what did she say? I got to come up with some money to bury her. You say that she was a minor when she got peed in. Facts. What did she say about her grandbaby?
Come up with some money to
she got to come up with some money.
Her. I have to come up with some money to
I got to come up with some money. Okay, go ahead.
Bury her. And it's hard for me to do that. It's just heartbreaking.
And her own daughter, Amaya, is still in the hospital. And she doesn't know that her baby girl died in the fire.
Oh, she don't know her baby dead. Wow. Now, what state was this right here in? Because y'all throwing out these numbers, and y'all know how we got to do these numbers. Go ahead.
I don't know how I'm going to tell her.
She's reaching out for a baby. She thinks her baby is there for her right now, but it's hard to break it to her at the moment. We don't want to tell her too early.
They said that she's not breathing on her own, but she's reaching out for the baby. I didn't know, like, if you could breathe on your own, that you could still, like, look and, like, be putting, like, your arms up, or put, like, an arm up and reaching out for my baby and stuff like that. I didn't know that that was possible, but go ahead.
A family of 3 moved into the duplex on Pegram Avenue last March after being homeless for a short time.
They moved into, so it was a duplex. I said a townhome earlier. So they moved into a duplex because they was homeless for a good little minute.
Avenue last March after being homeless for a short time.
For a short period of time, but the baby got a grandmother. The baby got a grandmama though. Y'all was homeless?
This was our first home together as a family.
On Saturday night, they had a few friends over for dinner. Then, after their guests left, the family went to bed.
Y'all do understand, I didn't know that we have trailer homes. I didn't know that we have duplex trailer homes. I've never known that. Or maybe I have it wrong and maybe this is like the paneling. But I'm thinking, well, hell, I thought that this was like a trailer home. My bad. I'm wrong. Go ahead.
We all were passed out at the time of the fire.
The fire marshal determined the cause of the fire was from unattended cooking.
I have no recollection of what could have been cooked or what was on the stove to be cooked.
The only thing he remembers is waking up in the hospital to hear his daughter had died and his girlfriend is in the ICU.
As of right now, I'm trying to find a place for me and her to go, and I'm going to try to help her with grieving with our daughter.
Just devastating.
You said that this is in North Carolina. In North Carolina, the age of consent is 16, so it's legal now. It's legal.
And on top of everything emotionally, that this young family is overwhelmed financially. The hospital bills, the funeral costs, and starting over all seem very daunting. Now, they have set up a GoFundMe page, which we have linked to this story on our website, myfox8.com.
The 18-year-old mama, oh, done lost that baby life. Done lost that baby life, but we got another one to go with this right here. Go ahead then.
A lot of people are still processing what turned out to be a tragic weekend in High Point as a 17-month-old girl, 17 months old, died in...
So if it was 17-month-old, so somebody earlier was right. So she was what, 15? If the baby was 17 months, the baby's almost 2. And then it take 9 months. So we just gonna give like almost a 3-year situation, right? Almost 3-year situation. Like a 2.5 to 3 year situation. And he's 22. If we take 3 from the 22, he would have been like 19, right? 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. Yeah, so he would have been 19, and then we take the 3 from the 18, and then that's 15. So that's pretty right? Right? 'Cause if he was 19 and she was 15, hell, they probably got the Romeo Juliet thing. You know what I'm saying? She got the 4-year difference thing. You know, she can choose to smash a 19-year-old. So he legal.
Early morning fire on
They probably went to the same. They probably was in the same high school.
Pegram Avenue on the city's southeast side. Good evening. This is the Fox 8 5 o'clock news. I'm Neil McNeil.
And I'm Katie Nordine. This happened.
I say 15 is definitely illegal, but not necessarily. They got the Romeo Juliet. You got the Romeo Juliet. Hey, again, they could have been at the same high school.
And in a duplex, and her parents are recovering in the intensive care unit. Tonight, we are learning more about that fire and how this incident unfolded. Fox 8's Gretchen Stinger joins us now with an update. Gretchen, what have you learned so far?
The fire marshal determined that the fire was caused by unattended food. The neighbors I spoke to say the reality of what they witnessed has shaken them up.
I heard like a big boom.
I need EMS mercy traffic up victim front yard.
When first responders arrived to the scene on Pegram Avenue just after 1:30 Sunday morning, they could see smoke coming out of the duplex.
I heard someone out here like calling, I guess trying to call like for help.
The neighbor in the house next door described what she saw.
And I just turned and looked that way and you could just see like the smoke.
And 2 more victims were still inside, including a 17-month-old girl who passed away from her injuries.
Man, no, we got a report of a victim inside. We're going to the red.
It made me want to cry every time I look at it.
Cord Jones lives in the house right next door. He's crossed paths with the family plenty of times.
To know that it caught them, it had to catch them in their sleep like that.
The fire marshal
When they say next door, was it next door to this one, or is it that building that? Hold on. When they say next door, is this next door, or is it next door? Yeah, no. I'm thinking that it's this next door and not next door.
I look at it.
Cord Jones lives in the house right next door.
Okay, I'm thinking right here.
He's crossed paths with the family plenty of times.
To know that it caught them, it had to catch them in their sleep like that.
The fire marshal confirmed the fire started from unattended food, and the home didn't have working smoke detectors. Maria Ortiz, a neighbor, says that can happen to anyone.
Sometimes you leave something on the stove and you think, okay, let me go and triple check that I turned it off.
Now both Ortiz and Jones say when it hits this close to home, they immediately made sure their smoke detectors were working.
And that's typically how things happen. We don't like to make changes, or we don't like to do what we should have been done before a situation until after a situation.
My smoke alarm or the detector, it had went out a few months ago, and I'm like, I'll replace the battery, you know, and it just is something I never got to do. Like I'm thinking I'm putting it off. But then something happens like this, and I'm like, no, I need to do that, because for little things, you know, you never know.
Yeah, you need to do it immediately. Yes, y'all, I need to support around here. Then we got the thumbs up, we got the Cash App, PayPal, Super Chat, Patreon, share button, join button, subscribe button, and pleasant candles, and more. That's what's up.
Thinking about it might seem tedious or whatever, but until you waking up in the middle of the night and your whole world is up in flames, you know.
You say the Florida, the fire department gives out free detectors. I think in certain communities, who really like have it bad, I think that they is going around. Well, hell, they used to be going around passing out smoke detectors. Damn shame though.
Now, the parents are still recovering in the intensive care unit in their burn unit. Now, the American Red Cross also wants to remind people that they do offer free installation of smoke detectors.
So they do offer free installation, but you got to buy them.
And in their burn unit. Now, the American Red Cross also wants to remind people that they do offer free installation of smoke detectors. In High Point, Gretchen Stinger, Fox 8 News.
Okay, say Willie, Google the Romeo-Juliet law. Please say it allows sex between the ages of 14 and 17 with consent with person within the 3-year age, 3 years of their age. Okay. What state is you doing? Now, I know in the great state of Florida, it's a 4-year span thing. It's a 4-year thing. I say that other states have Romeo and Juliet law, but I know it's not called the Romeo and Juliet law in a lot of states. They call it something else in the other states. I spoke on something like this right here like a while back, and I think it was during the R. Kelly thing, to where places like Chicago, they were saying that they don't have a Romeo Juliet law, and the age of consent was 17, I think it was, but don't have the Romeo and Juliet law, meaning that you could not consent at any age. Well, you could not consent at all until 17. And I was like, well, everybody in high school need to just be going to jail. You know what I'm saying? But I will look it back up again in Florida, because hell, maybe there is changes, but I do know that there was and or is, until I get corrected, that the Romeo and Juliet is a 4-year thing, because it was actually put into place due to high school. We hunted in high school, and in high school is a 4-year span. It's a 4-year span. 13 to 14, 13 to 14, and possibly 15, you can be a 9th grader. In the 12th grade, you can be 16, 17, 18, almost 19. So I'm gonna have to look it up. But thank you for bringing that to my attention. They say that they got a GoFundMe out here too. Let's see what we're working with. Let's see if I can put it on up here right. Do I got it up here right? And I may got it up here wrong. I got to fix the doggone thing. Let me do the task manager thing again, and maybe it'll start acting right. Let me do that. Click that. Hit the. I just got to work with it for how it is, y'all. Got to work with it for how it is. Anyway, if y'all would like to support the family right here, and this is what the family got. Oh, all right. So it's giving me the option. Go ahead and put it up. I got it up there for you. Real quick. If y'all would like to support the family, because she's still alive now. She's still alive. She's not dead. Still alive. She's not dead. They asked for 10 grand. They got 35.70. They got 35.70 out here in the doggone street. Let's see what's being said. They say my name is Christina. This morning, I received a devastating police call that has changed my life forever and left me with a broken heart. My daughter, Amaya's duplex caught on fire early this morning with her boyfriend, Mausa, Gory, and baby girl, which has left my baby, Amya, in the ICU fighting for her life, and and tragically took the life of my precious 1-year-old granddaughter, Ariana. I guess that's how you pronounce it. He said, I am asking for all the help that I can get so that I can give my grandbaby a beautiful and meaningful funeral and burial. I greatly appreciate everyone's love and support during this difficult time. I ask that you please keep us in your prayer. If you all be out here believing that your loved ones need these beautiful and meaningful funerals and burials, you should always have that one thing called life insurance, or that second thing called money. Y'all be tripping me out with what y'all think that y'all loved ones deserve, but y'all don't have things in place to give that person what you believe that they deserve. It's a doggone shame. We need life insurance. The baby was 17 months old. That shit is $1 and some change a month. Damn it, it's less than the car in the squares a year. Think about that right there. Life insurance for a newborn is less than the car in a squares. That has to say a lot. Shout out to Miss Buckgood for the $3 cash app. You say donations for GoFundMe #3 channel. Pastor, I appreciate that right there. I'm gonna do my GoFundMe tonight. I'm showing off here. I'm gonna send it out to everybody too. Yeah. And it needs some burial insurance. Yeah, get the like you gotta get both. You get the shit. I think you get like 50 for $1 and some change, or something like that right there. But get all the insurance that y'all need when y'all babies is young. That way it is cheap. Damn shame. But listen, so this is the grandmother. This is her mother. And mind you, the story said that her and her man was homeless for a little bit. Now the grandmother loved her grandbaby. So why was your daughter out here homeless? Or maybe she chose to be homeless with her boyfriend or with her baby daddy. But at least they sticking together as a family, and maybe y'all will have y'all another baby. Sad story. Sad story. Moving right along. I ain't gonna even much hold you.